thinking about winning and losing, and how sometimes what we feel like are losses are wins, depending on the way that you view it. So I would entreat you to open yourself up to seeing your losses as wins. Because when people say all I do is win no matter what, that doesn't mean that they don't have setbacks. That doesn't mean that they don't have what the world would consider as losses. That doesn't mean that they haven't had like a hard road to go, or as my grandmother used to say, coming up the rough side of the mountain. What it means is that even when they have setbacks, right? It's the setup for the comeback. Even when they have what the world would consider as losses, or what are just legitimate, we lost it this day, they use it as a learning experience to win again. And sometimes the loss is really felt. It's viscerally felt physically. It's felt mentally. You maybe have just lost a job that you know you did your best on, or you may have a loss in relationship. You may have done the best that you could with your partner or in your marriage, and they may have won it out anyway. And that's a loss that you can experience. You may have a loss in terms of relationship with their children. Maybe, like me, you're about to experience crazy attachment anxiety because I've got one that's getting ready to go off to college in a couple of few months. But I'm urging you to look at these losses, these voids, these areas where once there was something, a relationship, a job, a friendship, a child, or whatever it is, taking up space. Look at that space as something that God desires for you to fill with rest, with creativity, with adventure, with new thoughts, with invention, with fresh ideas, with new relationships. Do business. Take up that space and occupy, because when there is a void or an empty space and God allowed for it, He'll fill it. She will fill it. God will fill the space with something you need, with something better for you right now. Allow for things to expire in your life. Just, you know what? The milk was good when it was fresh. It's old now. It's okay. It's okay to be done with that. Allow for something new. I've had any number of voids in my life, and without fail, when my perspective on what the opportunity was in that empty space, when my perspective was aligned with what God desires for me, which is for me to prosper, to be in good health, to prosper as my soul prospers, to conquer, to occupy, to do good in the earth, when I'm aligned with that, you can have less and be completely convinced you have more. You can have less and have more. You can lose and win.